Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we are back, baby, with another banging video. So, in this video, guys, we're gonna talk about Ye because he's posted something in another series of his tweets and posts on social media, and this is somewhat, I have to say, factual. Let's talk about it, shall we? Because Ye says, I don't give a F about what you've learned and retained from the textbooks you've been indoctrinated with. Those same textbooks keeps you broke and controlled. And I have to agree. I think that this is half true in a lot of cases, like tested, tried, and proven. This is something that my math teacher always emphasized and shared with us. He said, oftentimes they give you this textbook and the textbook will have like 1,000 pages when in reality you just need 10 pages. The important things from the 1,000 pages can be comprised or concised down to 10 pages, and everyone could be doing so well and be so successful. But they make it hard for people to learn, and they have the strings of things that you have to do. You have to go down the valley, climb up the hill, swing on ropes, jump across the river when you really don't need to do all of that. This is something that I can tell you that a lot of teachers have said about textbooks, and it's why some teachers will oftentimes just pick, the most important lessons, and they will, use that in their teachings. Also, I can tell you guys from a personal experience working in the corporate world at one point in time, our team was doing things, by the textbook. And when I suggested that we don't do things by the textbook because there's another way that we could actually do it and even get better results, which would not violate any policies or break any law. It gave results, but they wanted to remain by the textbook, and the textbook that they use basically ruined a lot of things. And there was another group of people who got a project. They avoided the textbook completely. They did what I was suggesting, and they got tremendous results. So sometimes, not in all cases, but sometimes the textbooks can actually be a problem for a fact. And there were so many people agreeing with him on this. No, those aren't the only things that, Ye had shared, because he's talking about the swastika, and he's saying, you know who hates swastika almost as much as Jews? Black people, ninjas, more scared of symbols than they are of guns. That's how deep the programming is. Slavery is a mother effing choice, honey. So he's talking about mental slavery. He did a sit down with no, it wasn't TMZ, it was with Joe Rogan, and he basically said that is what he's talking about. Just a mental entrapment. No, in one of his posts, he also said there's actually some good Jewish people. I know a lot of good Jewish people, a lot of them. So, we all know that there's good and bad in everyone as well. In every community, every race, every color, every class, every creed, there's always good and bad. And the focus is not normally the good ones, because the good ones aren't the one that causes the problems, the chaos, the drama, and the genocide. It's just the bad ones. So he's right about that for sure. Now, as it relates to Ye and that textbook statement, I couldn't agree more. And when he says that the Black community is more scared of swastika than they are of guns, that is true. And when he says it's a mental entrapment, that is true as well. Many people may not understand what he's saying. Many people cannot dissect or, reason what he's saying. And oftentimes when people slam him and say he's talking nonsense and BS, they cannot even do a proper delivery to explain why they think what he's saying is totally nonsense, or why is it such a bad thing? They cannot even give you a quick, explanation onto that. But I can explain to you as to when he says stuff and I agree with it, I can thoroughly explain as to why I agree with what he says. And I can even do better than that and give you examples. So oftentimes the point is, oftentimes when you hear people say that he's stupid, he doesn't make any sense, it's because of the disconnect in the consciousness. If you're not on the same frequency that he's on, you will find a lot of what he says to be complete BS, because the high level of consciousness, it's really not there for everyone. And that is true. And sometimes the reason why the consciousness level is not there is because of our own mental blocks. It's not that we're less intelligent and we lack the ability to learn and to understand and to translate. We just block our emotions, and when we block our emotions, we block our minds, and we cannot feel, and we cannot express, we cannot translate. So because people have this disdain for him, they block their emotions, because their emotions are automatically blocked. And once the emotions are blocked, they have no understanding of what he's saying. And people who understands, because people can definitely understand what he's saying and still disagree with him. There are people who have given thorough explanation as to their understanding of what he's saying, but still ends up disagreeing. And those are my people who can actually express themselves and translate what he's saying, giving clarity that they do understand. However, this is why I disagree. Those are my people. I love to have discussions with those people. We don't all have to be on the same page, but once you disagree, why do you disagree? Some people will be like, he needs to shut up. He needs to stop talking. He's not making any sense. And if you ask them at what part, at what point, I've also seen people doing this with Creator. You have a video 20 minutes and they say, oh, you're talking nonsense. No one talks nonsense. It's just that oftentimes you cannot understand what that person is trying to translate to you. It doesn't matter how much garbage you think is in someone's conversation or delivery. There has to be a speck of truth always. In every lie, it starts from the truth. Always remember that. There's always facts, even in the most nefarious acts. And that's all I have to say about that for this video. Let me know what's your take. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share, stay safe, and see you guys in the comment section. Peace.